Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the OCG and Mafia guilds, and today I'm going to do a fast dive into the Rainbow Ohm. This is a freighter type ship in the game Star Atlas. It's one of my favorites. It's a cool looking ship, and we're going to go over some of its attributes to see if it's a freighter that you want in your fleet. Alright, so this is the Rainbow Ohm. Beautiful picture. Let's take a look at the description. We have a human and Fatoli design collaboration. Okay, so in the storyline of Star Atlas, the Fatoli are the most advanced race of aliens, and that means that this ship is going to have some of the highest tech in the game and some of the best attributes. Also, the Rainbow manufacturer requires some of the most rare materials in the game that can only be found in the high risk zone. The high risk zone in Star Atlas is the area where complete ship destruction is possible. Okay, so we're playing for reals. That means the material that's required is going to be more rare in the game, and if the material to build or repair this ship is going to be more rare, this ship itself is going to hold intrinsic value within that game. And so that's one of the reasons that I like this to begin with. Secondly is the origination price. Now we can see the origination price here is 2,400 USDC. That's a pretty penny. But we go to the trading market right now, and you can pick one up for 1,100 USDC. Now that's still over $1,000 and a good chunk of money to put at an NFT, but its earning potential is based off of the origination price. So that's over a 50% discount from its origination price. So some of the newer ships that are being put on the market at a full origination price, this Rainbow Ohm is going to be earning twice as much as the amount that you put into a ship that just got released. So as far as in-game value, this seems to have some substantial value to it. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Get out of here. But that is what the numbers say. So let's look at the ship itself. It is a Rainbow ship. It's a medium class. Okay, so medium-sized ship, which is actually a pretty big ship in this game, in my opinion. It's a freighter, and it's got 4 crew. It's got a captain, pilot, co-pilot, and an engineer. Now, remember the class size, medium, and let's take a look at some of the components and see what is oversized and undersized to get an idea of how you could actually use this ship in-game in actual action. So the things I'm going to point out is, 1, the warp drive is in a large slot. The impulse engine is a large slot. And the hull reinforcements are a large slot component. So that tells me that warp drive, it can go for long distances at a time. The impulse engine is, once it gets sub-light, then it's still built for speed. And then the hull reinforcement, it can take a couple hits and keep going. So then look at some of the components that are small slots. We have the shield generator, we have the missile bay, and we have the countermeasures. All of those are small slots, which suggests that the secondary defense mechanisms are a little bit reduced. Okay, so when this thing gets attacked by pirates or an enemy faction, it's not built to turn and fight. All right, this ship is built for flight. You get the heck out of there, and you get out of there fast. But in the Rainbow Ohm, you get out of there in style as well. That's how I would be using that ship, as a fast runner, right? Think Thunder Road. Just get out of there and get your goods to the next spot. You have a medium-sized cargo slot, all right? So for its size, it's got the right cargo space. It's got a mess hall, which tells me that long distance travel, and when we have the actual characters and their synergies within the crew, the mess hall should give you some type of a bonus to the health of your crew and long-term travel. So long distances, this is what it's built for. And then it also has an art gallery. So it has some luxury aspects to it. And then these modules are able to be interchanged. You can take one module out and put in another if you want to put in more cargo space or something like that. Or perhaps if you're working with a bounty hunter guild, you could put in a small barracks into this ship and be fast runner for high value targets. To get your bounties paid faster. That's another cool thought of how to use it. That's the ship, that's the makeup of it, and let's go into the actual pictures to get a better feel of what this is going to look like. Okay. We have the interior of the Rainbow Ohm. You've got the cargo in the back. You've got sleeping areas for the crew up on the top floor, a community room, and a co-pilot on the top floor. On the bottom floor, you have another community area, which we'll see as a living room, and then there's the space into the second cockpit with the co-pilot or a captain. So that's the interior, kind of an interesting layout with the angles. This is the top and side view with some dimensions: 7.8 meters tall, 7.8 meters wide, and 38.5 meters long at its longest point. So pretty sizable ship. Inside, you've got this really nice and luxurious look to it. It's got this art gallery, for example, and some seating areas and walking areas. You've got the cockpit of either the co-pilot or the pilot, so pretty straightforward heads-up display to control the ship and maneuver the ship. Then you have this living room, which is a real big open area, and it has a kitchen, it has a place to host, say, friends if you want to bring them into the metaverse and cruise around Star Atlas. This would be a really neat place to do that and to host having people spend time with you within the metaverse. And then a couple other areas that are sort of maybe art gallery or living space. And then the exterior of the ship is a really cool looking ship. Like the metal in this has sort of a multicolored oil effect to it, and the sharp lines with the light energy coming out of it. And then if you look at the back top corner of the ship, the Fatoli and I should say the Rainbow manufacturer, several of the other ships have the ability to reconfigure their construction. So it looks like almost like the back of this freighter is able to reconfigure in order to, I would imagine, the cargo door to unfold and easily unload this thing quickly and efficiently. So that's a neat look at it. And then if the metal itself kind of looks like a Magaku or Damascus steel acid etch. So this whole ship itself is a piece of artwork, and I've always appreciated that aspect, bringing it into a game versus some of the other space games that are just more dead and metallic looking, not too interesting. And so this is the Rainbow Ohm coming into the freighting dock. You can see that back corner. Maybe it's disassembling or reassembling itself to offload the cargo. And then the classic concept art of the Ohm as it's exploring one of the planets. So this looks like it could be a really fun ship to have and own in your own portfolio. Then you could go run this as a freight. You can go explore different places. It has a long travel ability, so I'm sure there's some actual space exploration that would be able to be done with this. It's got some versatility to it. And I think this would be a great one. I know I have it in my own fleet, and it's one of my main freighters in the way that I'm going to play the game. And so hopefully this was helpful to you. Don't worry about liking or subscribing. Screw the algorithm, but if you know somebody that you think this would be helpful for, go ahead and share it with them. And if you can do that, then today was a good day. Good morning.